It's the middle of a busy workday, and your phone suddenly lights up on your desk. It's the principal's office calling. Again. By the third or fourth time this happens in a month, a quiet dread sets in. You might start to believe you are failing as a parent, or that your child is fundamentally broken. What's happening at school is almost certainly not a discipline problem dressed up as a mental health one. Recognizing your child isn't flawed reveals the structural problem. The situation has been systematically misdiagnosed from the very first phone call. School administrators are doing their absolute best to manage disruptions using the exact tools they were given. Their default toolset is built around discipline. It relies on strict detentions, complex behavioral intervention plans, and highly stressful parent-teacher conferences. These measures fail because they treat a complex underlying mental health issue as simple, willful defiance. Applying a rigid punishment to an unseen clinical problem guarantees an endless cycle of frustration for the teachers, the parents, and the student. When a child experiences intense internal distress, they rarely have the vocabulary to explain it. In a crowded classroom, that distress inevitably spills over as external disruption. The hidden roots of that dysregulation are specific clinical conditions: childhood anxiety, obsessive-compulsive disorder, severe sensory overload, or trauma. A trained therapist looks at an outburst and sees a mistranslated, desperate signal for help, rather than an act of rebellion. Applying a clinical lens means identifying the specific root cause and building coping and regulation skills directly with the child. Replacing blind punishment with targeted skill building neutralizes the perceived threat. It stops the disruptive behavior at its source. For schools across Georgia, recognizing the need for clinical care creates a secondary hurdle. Connecting a student to a specialized therapist during a school day is a major logistical challenge. MentalSpace School addresses this gap with an integrated K-12 teletherapy model. The program provides same-day teletherapy access. Dedicated therapist teams are assigned to individual schools, creating a direct link to care that bypasses traditional clinic waiting rooms. These teams coordinate directly with school staff to interrupt the behavioral cycle inside the actual classroom. Even with access solved, families often face prohibitive out-of-pocket costs. MentalSpace dismantles this barrier by operating in-network with major insurances like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cigna, and Aetna. For Medicaid patients, the program is available at a $0 out-of-pocket cost. Eliminating both the logistical friction and the financial barriers makes immediate, specialized clinical intervention a standard feature of the school day. When the paradigm shifts from discipline to clinical care, the trajectory changes in a matter of weeks, not years. This chart shows the impact on student presence after introducing the clinical lens. We see a steep 89% improvement in attendance. Looking right next to it, a second metric tracks internal distress. Student anxiety and behavioral incidents plunge downward by 92%. This success extends outward, resulting in an 85% family satisfaction rate across the entire household. The data confirms that these children were never broken. They were simply trapped in a system that lacked the proper diagnostic tools to help them. Georgia districts are experiencing a tangible culture change. Schools are transitioning away from hostile environments into spaces of safety and resolution. This integrated clinical support creates a sustainable environment that protects staff wellness and ensures compliance with state mental health mandates like HB 268. The next time your phone rings with an administrator on the other end, the answer is not found in stricter groundings or escalating punishments. Formally requesting a clinical assessment breaks the cycle of discipline. Head to mentalspacesschool.com to get your child the exact care they require.